Hi, I am GANEL-LYN and I am so grateful for this opportunity to take a minute and share my thoughts on what I would have told myself at 18. I was thinking about it today and I thought the biggest thing that I wish I had known at 18 is this, that the insecurities and fears that you have about yourself are not as unique and scary as they feel, especially in high school. And that as you go forward to follow your heart um, and try to achieve the goals that you've set, oftentimes things don't work the way you plan. And I've come to know the most important thing that I can do is have a foundation of faith. And that for me, that is that God will never leave me alone. And some of the hardest things that happened to me from birth to 18 have become some of the great gifts and teachers of my life. And I wish I had known at 18 that it was okay to buy the wedding dress that felt the most comfortable, not the one that the magazine said to buy. I know that might sound like a funny, silly thing, but I think it really goes to the point that if I had listened to my heart a little bit more and trusted that heart a little bit more and not feared that somehow if I didn't conform and look like everyone else and do what everyone else said, that somehow I was doing it wrong. I've come to know at age 47 that when I listen to my heart and I do what's uniquely on my heart and not get distracted by those by my side that may be making choices different than me, that I am doing the life that God intends for me. And then I'm my happiest and my best. I think at 18, I was pretty uncertain about becoming successful, and I wasn't sure that I knew the pattern. And I felt like there was some kind of like plan that if I would just figure it out, that was the secret to success. What I would tell my 18-year-old self is there's no pattern, that the pattern really is getting clear with your heart and your spirit and allowing God to direct that. And when that happens, then the real magic happens. And that's also where, when things don't work out, because many things for me have not worked out the way I planned, the way I thought they would work. And that to breathe through those times where it looks like your life is a mess and trust just doing the very next day and getting back up again, that your failures and your struggles and the losses of your life end up becoming some of the great miracles and teachers of your life. I also would have told my 18-year-old self that people matter the most. I feel like I was always that girl, that the people in my life have always mattered. But the older I've gotten, the more I've realized that some of those dear friends that I had when I was 18 and on shaped who I was and who I am. And that relationships really at the end of the day are the greatest gifts. So my message to you would be that trust the messes, trust your heart, allow God to create a foundation for you so that when things fall apart, you don't fall too far past the path and the journey that you are supposed to be on. And don't get distracted by the people by you that look like they're in the lane right next to you, going in the same direction as you. It's not a race. There's not some big secret pattern that if you just figure it out, it's all going to work out. That your way, the way that you have felt in your heart to do life, is the right way. And that means there's detours, stops, starts, frustrations, and oh my, so many mighty miracles. The greatest, hardest things have been the greatest blessings in my life. And so that's what I would share with you and what I would share with the 18-year-old GANEL-LYN. Thanks for this few minutes to share my thoughts.